For TraderInsight.com, this is Tom Incorvia and welcome to my top-down trade analysis video. The information I'm about to give you today is going to be pertinent for Friday, January the 9th. I want to start out today by taking a look at the daily chart of the S&P 500. As you can see today, there wasn't a lot of volume and there wasn't a lot of range, but it was still a fairly positive day. The reason being, Walmart came out before the market opened today on Thursday with negative news. The stock gapped down fairly sharply and had a bad impact on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Even though the Walmart had a negative 33 points to the Dow, the S&P 500 later in the day crawled back to the positive level. That's why I think it was positive. As far as to address the volume and the lack of, I think that there was just not a lot of people interested in putting on positions before the release of the earnings numbers that are coming out Friday before the market. Be that as it may, I did take a look and there was a few areas of the market that seemed interesting. One that I took a look at was the hotel and motel chart. It's done fairly well. It stopped here, which was resistance, and it's supposed to do that usually on the first time it runs into resistance. It will stop. It did pull back, but it crawled higher today just like the market did, and it looks like this wants to start probing higher also. I took a look at some stocks that made up this subsector. The first one I took a look at that has a positive chart is Choice Hotels. As you can see, we're testing levels that were put in September. It's done very well. It did have a normal sell-off after trending up fairly strong, but it has what I call a T-bar formation, which means it opens, had selling, and then later on in the day buyers came up and pushed it out of this level, which means it's got somewhat of some sponsorship primarily with the institutions, and this will probably probe to see what the 33 level is, but I'm thinking probably more like 35 or 36 level. So this is a very constructive chart with Choice Hotels. The second one I want to take a look at in the same industry is Marriott International. Obviously has not done as well as Choice, but it's still pretty much the same type of formation. It ran up, tested the resistance that was put in November and October, and has pulled back. And again, the formation of the bar on Thursday was very constructive. Once again, that T-bar formation, buyers came in and pushed this higher. Ended up positive for the day. I think this one's going to at least test the swing high that was put in at around 22. But again, also, I think this is probably going to drift higher to the 25 level. Anybody has any questions, please feel free. Drop me a note at tom@traderinsight.com.